Hi everyone, so very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for all those who are watching this video. This is Sinu Kumar from E2T. So let's take this day, a huge potential day, usually on Thursdays. Some of the market moves which we are anticipated have worked clearly well. So we are going to see what are the things which worked well for us for this particular week, and what are we looking for this particular week again. So if you go through our community, and you might have seen a couple of updates which I've posted with respect to USD JPY, this particular entry which got pinpoint and precise with respect to the target, and we have hit with USD JPY target. The second one which we were looking at was on GBP USD, which got our stopped out. And let's say BTC, yes, even after having a clear rally from this 909 200 level zones from the last to last week, which we have posted, a clear breakout could occur targeting 126. I'm looking for a re-entry into targeting 126 for BTC. And with respect to this view, if I get an opportunity to enter right at this particular zone, which is in between 106 800 and 10600, within the $600 range, if we get an opportunity to enter into longs, I'll be looking for another opportunity to enter long and targeting at 126 levels. With respect to, hope I'm audible. Could you please comment down if I'm audible and loud and clear, so that we can proceed further. So the agenda of the meeting, we will recap all the entry models, and for the 130 we have around, let's say, unemployment claims plus, excuse me one sec, hello. Sorry guys, so we have this particular news event today, which is the retail sales and the core unemployment claims and the core retail. So I'm expecting a good move around 130, and if the market is able to sustain this particular level, which is, this is what I'm looking into, on gold. If you see this particular candle, which is the 4 hour candle about to close at 2 o'clock, and if this particular candle closes bearish, and even we might get the next candle as a bullish, tapping into this sell side order block, or even if you go back in time and check where are we trading with respect to this symmetrical triangle, right? Within this symmetrical triangle, if you just look for the technical factors apart from the fundamentals, most of the traders, if not us looking into enter into a trade, most of the traders who went long on this particular move would have been stopped out, or still they are hoping for the retest. And if we take out this particular view, most of them would have go with this trend line and keeping us a stop loss beyond this daily imbalance. If you take out on a daily imbalance which has happened multiple times, it tapped, it is kind of breaking. If it is tapping again, we might see a reversal from this area. This is what which I have posted in the community, where 3303 is the level, or 3347 is the level which I'm looking for entering into any trade. So either I'll wait for a fake out of this particular trend. Even you can copy and paste this one, and you can see on a lower time frame this is even respecting this particular trend. So we had from the opening, if you see the opening 15 minutes, the orb traders would have been got it nicely, because the 15 minutes orb got broke out into the high, and then it fell down, taking out the entire liquidity which is created from the opening. And then if you see, this is the opening of the candle, right? So then if you see the next particular candle, this is the opening. Okay, those 15 minutes whoever entered above the breakout got stopped out, and then it started, selling out with respect to this particular move. So basically Trump has posted, uh, you know some other news channel has posted about Trump being saying that he might remove Powell, but that didn't happen. All of a sudden, this kick move and a reversal. But if you have observed this particular, channel before any news event, most of them would have thought that this might be a move which was happened, let's say all of a sudden. No, it was pre-planned. That's what we can see it from the chart, because it got multiple taps into this area, and even after taking out this liquidity, it has tapped into the imbalances, and then it pushed all the way upside and took out even the short position who have held like this. So we booked a profit over here. We booked even a good profit on this rally, while market was even, I have entered somewhere close to 3334 this zone, but it didn't sustain this level. It got rejected and then pushed upside, but I had this view, so held on to this position until and unless the daily limit was broken. So the next view is basically I'm keeping it open whether the market is going to sustain upside, or if the market is. So let us go back and check a similar pattern. If you guys want to have a look on Bank Nifty, where I was trading with respect to a similar pattern. So this is what even I'm expecting now. Look at this move. So on the smaller time frame, there was a channel which is formed, and you can see that where is this area, which is 21st December 2023. Okay, on a 30 minutes, let's go back in time. 23 December, isn't it? Okay, let's go back in time. Yeah. So it's a similar move you can see on the patterns, right? So you would observe a similar pattern which is now visible with respect to gold, and we are somewhere here. Look at this move. It has played out, taking out this entire, uh, you know, sellers. If you draw that, it's a similar pattern with respect to what we are and where we are. It's a similar pattern. It is breaking down into this level, and then pushing upside and balancing the price, and then even further pushing downside and then pushing upside, and the rest is history, right? You can see the lower level of the liquidity for the entire range have been taken out with respect to this particular candle. So let me just post this on the community so that it'll be much more easy. Okay, without, I don't think I'll be able to go back in time this far. Is there any similarity? Because now let me post it without you know, the script names, so it will be much more easy for people to have a look around on this community. Let me see.
I'm actually higher lot. You'll be a billionaire. Tesla, bro. Why are you thinking so small? 100. 36 mil. Yep. And then your loss what? Just a couple mil. You know.
Any suggestions on?
You have to stop these small-minded positions. Think big.
Okay, so I think yes, this is what I'm even looking into for this particular trade with respect to gold. So if you take a screenshot of a similar pattern which is found in a different asset altogether, but you can see there is a same strength where the buyers got into the place and then pushed all the way up and then rallied, and even this fake move, which has happened, I'm expecting either this one break down towards this level after taking out this liquidity and then taking a support and pushing towards upside. Now let's go back and look into what is order flow is saying. So if you look into order flow,
No. Futures move the same. So but you look at this, right? This is the futures chart, and this is like a normal chart, right? So they move the same. You look at the candles, they're all the same. It's just the prices are
and
different.
even the order flow, the symmetrical triangle which we have, a solid buy orders are lying here, which you know denotes we might have a good probability on this edge. If it is playing out similarly, we might get a same kind of an entry here as well. So after taking out this liquidity, I'm looking for an entry with respect to buyers. I'm not looking for short at the moment. I want market to tap one more time into this high, into this level, which is 3358 on futures, and then from there short it so that you know we don't get any kind of retracements like this. And until and unless it is tapping towards this side or it is breaking this level, this particular level, then which would be somewhere close to 3303 levels. If it is breaking 3303 and sustaining beyond 3303, then I'll be looking for shorting again. And that's the opportunity which I'm looking for the New York session today. This might happen. If not today, this might happen on the coming days as well. Since we have the gap up and gap down opening, now I'm expecting a similar pattern with respect to this range in the next 30 minutes. If that candle closes, even the next candle can push towards upside and balance the price range with respect to this chart. Let's see what is happening with respect to, yeah. It's a similar 30 minutes run. So we might end up hitting this entire rally, and I'm looking for entering somewhere close to 3303 and 3301 level. I'm not interested in catching this falling knife. I'll be much more interested in taking this position with respect to when it is retracing back and then taking an entry. Done. So, any questions, any doubts, anything you guys want to discuss about E2T prop, or how we can place order with respect to this particular trade, or anything you guys want to, you know, discuss, please do let me know. If not, then I'll post the updates in the community. This will be a quick recap on what we are planning to do on the gold. So I thought, you might be interested in getting this particular view.
I didn't know I didn't know you were like that, bro. I didn't know you had money. Nah, bro. Or is it your house? The house that I rent. Yeah, technically, it's like, Wait, what do you say again? That's you say it's going to expect
Potential tailwinds will be something ECB will always due to speak in Paris. This will be a presentation.
Any questions, any doubts, guys? If you have anything, please do let me know. If not, then we can move forward and, you know, discuss right after the next candle opens, which is at 2 o'clock. We might connect again and discuss further.
just a random question.
Yes, no.
Is what? TSMC going to beat TSMC? Yeah, Taiwan. Oh. Fuck no. Yeah. But usually stock market goes in the opposite direction of gold, right? Yeah. If stock goes up, gold goes down. Yeah. So it's best for you to get investment return. He's just
Which says, if this scenario is playing out as expected, which says our news events might be possible to come out positive for US, positive for the dollar. We might have good, um, let's say, let's go back and check what is the actual. We might see less than 227k unemployment claims was on July 10th was 227. It seems getting reduced from 36, 33, 27. It's a sharp drop from 48, 45, 36, 33, 27, somewhere close to 19, or somewhere close to 17, 18. We can expect 217, 18. That would add more pressure on, let's say, gold with respect to DXY. If that's the scenario, then we might end up seeing the pound dollar have already retested to this zone. So I'm just taking out this particular view. Let's see. Let's do a reanalysis. Okay. This would be the zone. Then we can look for targeting an entry. I would be probably looking for retest into the zone and keeping same zone as stop loss and keeping a 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3 target. So this is what I was discussing with respect to a GU or cable. And if that happens, then USD JPY have already hit a good level, which is in a, you can see a breakout kind of a mode, but this is balancing the price. And what I'm looking for is, if the price is not able to sustain, then we might end up seeing a good sharp fake out. This could be a fake out and then enter into shorts and further fall in USD JPY. This week could play out as we discussed on this, Monday morning. This week could play out a stop for all the manipulations. The directional move might happen with respect to even, the German 30. We have seen a good push beyond this level, taking out the entire liquidity after this rally. If you see, similar pattern is happening with respect to UK 100 as well. So UK 100, we were long from April, May levels, and then we got a re-entry at this zone. Even that played out really well. And if the market is not able to sustain 8919 123 levels, then we could see a reversal after the profit booking happened from this long, right? This could be a rally which has manipulated this entire move. So if we get an opportunity to enter into the markets with respect to next week on directional, then that direction might sustain for this particular quarter, which is June, sorry, July, August, and September. So let's see if market is able to play out uh, the ranges. And as I said, I'll be mostly interested in entering into the markets either at the peak or at the drop. Until then, I'll be looking for small scalping opportunities if at all we get any. So that's it, my plan for the day. Good evening, simple traders. So I hope you guys have an informative session. I thought, having a discussion with respect to the views might help. Do let me know your comments and feedbacks. If you guys are staying uh, you know idle or staying not even speaking, then it could be a one-way communication. So until and unless we reach a place where you guys want to discuss, you guys want to have an opinion and so on and so forth, then it'll be much more better for us, both of us, in terms of having an uh, two-way communication. So let's go back and quickly check for you, since most of you might not have access to this order flow.
So imagine there's three candles, right? It's just
Did we get any seller's trap or something? Let's go back and check.
that's one candle, right? Now the next candle is that.
Look at that move. More people got sold into the breakout thinking that market is pushing towards downside, and even if we have entered below the zone, we could have got into the same trap. The problem is we don't see, even though we have a directional move, we can keep it on a buy side or a sell side limits. And
It's just
for
the
me,
difference
as
between
my psychology into trading, and I'm looking into cleaner moves, I'm looking into the moves which is happening with respect to very quick on that time. So these kind of volatilities which I don't like, and I don't, to be frank, I don't have the patience basically. So that's the reason I don't get into these kind of trades and hold on with the volatility. But with respect to positional views, I keep the entry and leave the system. So whatever happens, then I'll see it later. So what I'm looking for, if the market is not able to sustain, now we have buyer's delta, which has to go by seller's delta, and then we have to see this POC. Basically, if the POC is trading within the wick, then we could see a sharp rally towards the zone, which is 3345. With respect to spot, this price would be somewhere close to 3336 levels, right? Even beyond that, we have some more sell orders lying. Look at the zone, 3352, 3358. This could be a good zones for 3347 with respect to CFDs. So let's see, if we get an opportunity to enter, then we will be entering this trade. But so far, yeah. By the way, there is one more update. I have just entered into a trade with respect to our E2T prop. Let me show you that. Okay. So with respect to this particular move, you can see there is a trade running. I've entered around 3327 levels, keeping a stop loss at 3322, and which is running in loss. We might lose around $50 in this particular trade with respect to 10K capital, which is less than a percentage, basically point, uh, you know, 5% of my capital. But that's a negligible trade. But even if we get a good opportunity to spike, I'm not sure how the gold is going to play out, because we have seen the breakdown with respect to this channel and then pushing upside. This is what we were looking in the bank nifty as well, isn't it? So if you go back in time and check, It's always better to keep all your analysis with respect to the chart, so that you can go back in time. So I don't know how many people would compare with respect to going back in 2023. um, and let me see. Yeah, so I don't have 30 minutes would have the timelines. Okay, let's go back.
For some reason, you have fucking HK.
I don't have license on this charting, so I have created multiple ones. I have the license on the other one, which is on the order flow. Okay, so the breakdown happened, and then even before touching into the previous levels, it has pushed upside.
That's not.
Now, see, rather than looking at the charts, let's go back in uh, time and discuss about the trader psychology. Most of the people, when they were looking for entering short position right below this uh, entry, let's say those who are thinking that it's marked down and shorting the opportunity, they have been stopped out. Those who thought that okay, this is a reversal, and that reversal couldn't sustain, and they have been even stopped out with respect to this particular liquidity, but that haven't taken out. Okay, and then they would have rided the entire rally, this liquidity being kept untapped. You can see here with respect to this particular 46,932 levels, and then it pushed all the way upside, manipulating the entire sellers and took the sellers out as well. Now what is left, which has been left, is basically this liquidity and a sharp gap down opening, followed by a continuous sell for that particular day. So this is how this particular view played out in Bank Nifty last to last year. Let's come back in time and check if this is playing out. Then so you would be surprised. This is what I have did, the analysis in the early morning around 5 a.m. I put it similar to this. Let's say a rally dropped down all the way down towards this level, and then pushing upside, and then we could see marking down. So this is the similar pattern with respect to this particular trade and this particular trade which I'm looking for. If the market is giving an opportunity to push beyond this level, basically this particular candle or this news hours in next 23 minutes, we will get a good entry, tapping into the long all the way towards 47 zone, right? Taking out Asia high, or exactly at Asia high. This is the dot. 3349 would be the level which I'd be looking for. Yeah. So that's the plan for the new 7.
So the ones I'm
Essential
trying to break
Fed
down are
Watch
these
says we're at a transformational moment in economic history.
Goldman, Caterpillar, Home Depot,
Any questions? Any doubts?
AXP, McDonald, Mike Hall, and
Hope no. So thank you so much for people who have joined. I can see around,
I don't think so.
it's less than 20, isn't it? People have joined. I think you guys have shared this view. You got um, the view from me. Basically, it could happen. It's a probability, basically. So do your own analysis and do trade well. Mostly Thursday New York sessions are aggressive, and let's wait for the same for this particular trade as well. All right. So all the very best. Wish you nothing less than success ahead. See you around, and thank you so much for joining this live session today. We'll see you next week.